I'm putting every single college football team's best quarterback of all time back on the team in their prime so we can see who the best college football quarterback of all time truly is. This means Cam Newton is going to be back on the Auburn Tigers. Michael Vick is going to be leading Virginia Tech. Baker Mayfield is back with the Sooners. BYU gets Steve Young back, one of the greatest dual threat quarterbacks of all time. The Huskies are going to go back to dominating with prime Warren Moon. And we can't forget about Vince Young dominating with Texas. And of course, some greats of the 2010s like RG3 on Baylor, Andrew Luck on Stanford, and Johnny Football back with the Aggies. And I'm not kidding when I say I put one QB on all 134 teams. It took me about 12 hours to do all of this. And all these players are going to be ranging from about 95 to 99 overall. Mostly around 99 though, because I want them truly to dominate in college football 25. All of these guys are freshmen and we're going to be playing through their entire careers. So we're going to be simulating about 4 seasons today, and we're going to find out who the college football GOAT is in this simulation today, boys. But before we do that, I went over some of the big name players. Let's give some recognition to some of the smaller name players who didn't quite make it in the NFL as well. OSU is going to have Brandon Whedon. D Downs is going to be running around for Air Force again, and this guy was literally 5'9", 150 pounds, which is really small, but it's still twice the size of Kyler Murray. Jake Plummer is going to be back to dominating once again. Chase Daniel is back in college football as well. Chad Pennington is going to try and lead Marshall to the promised land. Ryan Mallett gets to go back to dominating on Arkansas. And Colt Brennan, rest in peace, is back on the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. And Ryan Leaf never went to the NFL. He's back in his prime on Washington State. But I listened to a lot of your guys' wishes in the last video as well. And a ton of you wanted Pat White to be added to the Mountaineers, so he is here as well. Russell Wilson's going to be on the Wisconsin Badgers. Kellen Moore gets to throw some passes on Boise State again. And Matt Ryan is going to be leading Boston College. Now again, there's a ton of guys that I haven't even mentioned yet. We've got Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning on Tennessee, Eli Manning on Ole Miss, Drake May back on North Carolina. That is a bit of bias from me because I'm a Patriots fan, but I think you guys will be okay with that. And one of the most requested ones of all was Matthew Stafford on Georgia, so we got him as well. Again, though, we have 134 QBs to be rocking with, so I hope you guys are excited for this video. Again, this took literally like 12 hours to make all these players. So if you guys watch the video and you enjoy it, please hit the like button on it, comment down below, and subscribe. We're on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Additionally, we're going to see some all-time great players all around in this simulation because I am adding these guys to my best college football legends of all time rosters, which I've posted a video of recently. So if you guys get 2,000 likes on this video, I will add the best wide receiver of all time to every single team, and then we'll make a video out of that. But here's one last scroll through of every single QB in the simulation. You can pause it and look at all of the names if you want to. I promise you every single QB is in here, and I'm sure there's going to be some you guys disagree with, but that's okay. We're here to have some fun. We're going to start our simulation though on the Auburn Tigers because I think Cam Newton is going to either win the Heisman or become a national championship this year. Before every single season, I'm going to predict my team that it'll either have the Heisman winner or a national championship winner on it. And for every time I get it wrong, I'm going to be giving away a gift card to one of my subscribers in the comment section down below. Just comment down below a wide receiver you want me to add and what team they were on, and I'll be sure to do that for you guys for the next video where we do this with wide receivers. So if I fail every single time, I have to give away like 4 gift cards. So be sure to comment your console too. And Auburn's first game is actually going to be against Clemson. This should be interesting. Now every season, whatever team would start with, we're going to do a little bit of gameplay with them because I want to see how good Cam Newton is actually going to look in college football 25. That's the Cam I want to see right there. We do have to choose a different team every single time though, so we're going to see some crazy players up ahead with some actual gameplay of each one. All right, Cam Newton, let's see what this man can do. We're just going to roll out again. It's Cam Newton, bro. I mean, he's one of the greatest college football QBs of all time. He's going to outrun everybody and get the touchdown. All right, Cam in the pocket. We might have a man right side of the field. Auburn doesn't have crazy weapons, but when you got Cam Newton on the ball, it's going to be fine either way. Ooh, we might give it a couple more tries with Cam, just see what he can do. We're obviously going to run out of the pocket with him. We got Cam Newton. We got to utilize his talent and his size. Oh my gosh, he's crazy. And Cam Newton might not even be the best QB I show you guys today because there's some insane players we're going to have later on in the video that you really don't want to miss. Believe me. Got X wide open right there. That might be another touchdown for Cam with that juke move. He's on the 1-yard line. I know what we're going to do. Fake jet pass power for Cam Newton's final touchdown right here against Clemson, #1 in the nation. Let's beat them with this play right here. Cam Newton into the end zone. Super Cam wins it. Cam Newton, player of the game, 359 passing yards, 4 tutties. Not a bad start for the freshman. But now we're going to simulate to week 15. The season doesn't exactly count because there's a ton of players who are red shirts right now. So it's pretty much Cam and a few other QBs that are actually going to be showing off this season. But we'll see who the season leader is after we simulate. And our first season would prove to be one of the greatest passing seasons in college football history across the board, which obviously wasn't shocking considering all the legends we added, but we had some wild seasons happen. The passing leader this year was Deshaun Watson, who threw for 50 touchdowns and 4,372 yards, but RG3 wasn't far behind him with 4,097 yards and 47 touchdowns. Cam Newton was behind him with 3,967 yards and 48 touchdowns, and then Joe Burrow was also in the top 5 with 3,900 yards and 45 touchdowns of his own. Some other great seasons we had was Johnny Manziel, who had 3,700 yards and 37 touchdowns. Joe Namath had 40. Tommie Frazier put up 36 touchdowns of his own. Mahomes had 39. I mean, we had some really good seasons in here. Tebow was so far down the list, but he had 39 touchdowns. Baker Mayfield had 39. Marcus Mariota had 29. Drake May put up 34. Not too bad. Cordell Stewart had a solid season. Jameis Winston had a good season as well. Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick both had really good years. And Alex Smith had a solid season as well. Meanwhile, Tom Brady had 29 touchdowns, 1 interception, pretty solid. Joe Montana had 33 touchdowns. A ton of great seasons for these guys. And also, people were asking me in the all-time college football players video why I chose Tom Brady. I just wanted to put Tom Brady in because I wanted to see him in his prime in college. Nothing really past that. Obviously, there's better players in Michigan history, but for QB, I just want to see Tom Brady in college in his prime. That's about it. Next time we do the all-time college football players video, though, we're going to have other guys like Charles Woodson obviously in it. But this video is QB, so that's who we're talking about. Now, one thing we do notice in here is there's a ton of players who aren't obviously college football legends and the best QBs in each school's history. And that's, again, because a lot of guys were red shirts this season. So next season, literally every team should be their college football legend QB. So this is going to get very crazy in the next season. But only one player came out on top in the Heisman voting. And in 5th place, we had Joe Burrow, who's number 1 in here. So I need to point out that some of the players couldn't have their original numbers simply due to the fact that there's already players on LSU and all these teams that have the number that are real players, so I can't change it. RG3 was in 4th place for Baylor. Deshaun was in 3rd place for Clemson. Cordell Stewart was 2nd, and in 1st place, we had Cameron Jarrell Newton, my favorite QB of all time other than Tom Brady. On top of Cam's 3,900 yards through the air, though, he had an additional 808 and 6 touchdowns on the ground. He had a great year. All-Americans, though, were Cam Newton at QB and Bo Jackson at halfback. Again, this is a part of my all-time legends roster, so every player we add is going to be added to that. And once we're done making the wide receivers and running backs video, we're going to come back and do the all-time video again with the literal best players ever on every single team. It's going to be crazy. That's why guys like LaMichael James, Jamar Chase, Jerry Rice, Gronk are all on here. But first team QB was Cam, second team QB was RG3, and our freshman at QB was Deshaun Watson, so not too bad. Looking at our bracket, though, we have some really nice matchups to look at. The bye weeks are Louisville with Lamar Jackson, Auburn with Cam, Colorado with Cordell Stewart, and then Matt Leinart with USC. We got some good teams in here. And of course, every single team has a legend QB. So Syracuse and Oregon in the first round is going to be Donovan McNabb versus Marcus Mariota. Going to be a crazy matchup. And our first college football playoff game will be against Tim Tebow and the Gators in the Sugar Bowl. Now, we're going to simulate all of the games. We're going to watch, though, if it gets really close at some point. Auburn is dominating the Gators a bit, though, right now. Obviously, Cam Newton is insane. It's going to be tough for any team to stop him. 21-10 right now, 28-10. I think this game is probably over at this point. Cam Newton's just way too good. Cam Newton and the Tigers win their first game of the playoffs. Cam has 80% completion, 3 touchdowns. He's incredible. And if you saw my all-time legends for every single team video, you know how good this guy is in this game. And next up, we're in the Cotton Bowl against the Cardinals with Lamar Jackson at QB. This could be a very interesting game to watch. And we're going to watch the first drive of each team in this simulation, and then we're going to simulate the rest of the game unless it gets really close at the end, because I want to see both these QBs in action. Oh my God, we might not even see them in action. I thought he was about to return that for 6. That would have been insane. Also, guys, please don't make fun of my shirt. My girlfriend got it for me, and it's probably the comfiest shirt I've ever worn in my life. Comfy matters more than cringe, always. Cam Newton, first QB out on the field. He's going to hand it to Bo Jackson here. He literally might be gone. Okay, Lamar Jackson's gonna have to answer. Cam, you're supposed to do this yourself, buddy. You're supposed to do this yourself. Every single team, though, does have their best player of all time on top of their best QB ever, so this is gonna be interesting. 99 overall, Lamar Jackson takes the field against the Auburn Tigers. They're ranked number 4 in the nation. They went off this year. He's gonna hand the ball off. Is this for 6-2? Guys, you're supposed to do it yourself. I want to see a Lamar scramble here. I want to see him scramble for 99 yards. That's what I would like to see very badly. And again, guys, if you want to see me do this with all the best wide receivers for every single team, so Corey Davis, Devonta Smith, all of those guys, every single best wide receiver in college football history, be sure to hit the like button. 2,000 likes in this video. Again, if you're enjoying this, subscribe. We're on the road to 10K. I'd appreciate that a ton. Join the family. Lamar Jackson just keeps handing the ball off. I guess both these guys are just handoff specialists in this video. Oh my gosh, dude. We did this for the QBs, not the running backs, fellas. All right, Lamar Jackson. Is he going to keep the ball himself or is he going to hand it to the running back? We're about to find out. 1 yard line. You would think he's going to do an option here. He hands the ball up. Okay, both these guys are running back specialists. We're skipping to the end of the game. You both have disappointed me very badly. We got a tie game, though. Let's see how this goes the rest of the game. Auburn is going to match them with a score. Oh my gosh, dude, what happened? Okay, finally, we're getting some back and forth action here. Lamar versus Cam Newton, an incredible matchup. We might have to watch the end here, but it's kind of getting into a blowout. Yeah, the Tigers are just too good, apparently. Louisville gets taken down by Auburn. Auburn is in the natty against, I don't know who. Bo Jackson, player of the game. Yeah, I'm not exactly shocked, dude. He's the greatest athlete of all time. And the national championship is going to be Cam Newton versus Marcus Mariota. This is going to be awesome to watch. Can Cam Newton win the Heisman and national championship in one season like he did in real life? This is going to be wild, boys. This is going to be very wild. Put your predictions in the comment section, boys. Cam Newton and Auburn on offense with Bo Jackson, and they're facing LaMichael James and Marcus Mariota on Oregon. This is going to be a crazy matchup. Bo Jackson getting the first carry. Why is he so slow? Second and long for Cam Newton and Auburn. We'll see what they do. Dude, why are both these teams just hand-off galore? It's insane. Did both these guys get Michigan to be their offensive coordinators or what? All they do is hand off, and they're going to have to punt. This might be Auburn's first punt of the entire season. They've been so good all year long. We'll see how Oregon comes out. They could take the lead here. Look at that matchup. LaMichael, Marcus, Cam, Bo. Insane. Marcus Mariota out on the field. Is he going to hand the ball off as well? Okay, every single QB in the simulation just hands the ball off. LaMichael James is going to take it. Oh, I thought he was... Oh, he is gone. What an incredible play, LaMichael James. Dude, that was amazing. Okay, I got to see one more drive from Auburn here. I want to see some passes. I want to see some passes from both teams, mind you. We're going to see what happens. They're handing the ball off. Bo Jackson breaking tackles, almost gets a first. Cam Newton, another handoff. This is literally turning into the running back video. Guys, you can throw the ball, you know. Cam Newton in the pocket. He play actions. He's throwing the ball. Cam Newton, the Heisman winner, gets a first. Cam Newton once again. He's going to throw again. Can he throw it deep? I want to see a deep pass. Deep shot. Might be gone if he breaks a couple tackles. They're in the red zone. This is the high-powered offense I wanted to see from Cam Newton. He's going to throw another pass. That's another touchdown. Beautiful. We have a tie game. Got a tie game officially. Oregon's going to take the lead. This looks like a very back-and-forth matchup. We might have to end up watching the end of this one. We're going to have another tie game. Auburn going down the field. They score before the half. Oregon takes the lead again. Auburn with the ball back. They score up 3. Oregon takes the lead again. Oregon has the ball. They're up 11. We have to see the end of this. Cam Newton and Auburn just scored. They're going to be going for 2 here to get within 3. Oh my goodness. If they don't get this, the game is pretty much over. Cam Newton misses the throw. Oregon might win this. Auburn's going to onside it, it looks like. Oregon picks up the ball. What's going to happen? They tackle. They have 3 timeouts, though, is the interesting thing. They could get ball back, and they could end up winning the game still, but Oregon has LaMichael James and Marcus Mariota. It's going to be tough to get the ball back from them. LaMichael James left side. He might be gone. He straight up might be gone. Oh my gosh, LaMichael James might have just iced the game. He does go out of bounds, so there's still a chance. Is Oregon about to take down the Heisman winner, Cam Newton here? Another handoff for Oregon. He's gone. LaMichael James just won them the championship. Oregon is our winner in our first season. Oregon is your season 1 national champions. Marcus Mariota beats Cam Newton, the Heisman winner in the season. Now, I did just go to the offseason recruiting and transfer portal because I wanted to mention some things. There is going to be some transfers throughout the seasons and everything. Some players like legends are going to be going to other teams. I forgot to mention that in my college football legends video, but some of these legends will definitely be leaving their teams. Dan Marino could leave Pittsburgh. Josh Allen could leave Wyoming. Mahomes could leave Texas Tech. Garrett Grayson could leave. Tommie Frazier, Sean Moore, Aikman, Colt Brennan, Jared Lorenzen could leave. Brett Favre could leave. Any one of these guys could transfer to another team. I forgot to mention that in my last video because we did have Peyton Manning on the Tennessee Volunteers and he ended up transferring to Texas and I didn't mention it. So I'm going to mention it here. If anybody's on the wrong team from here on out, it's because they transferred. I can't control whether they transfer or not, so we'll see what happens. In our second season, our preseason All-American team is going to have Joe Namath at QB, and our second team is going to have Cam Newton at QB. I'm surprised Cam Newton isn't number one after he's won the Heisman, but regardless. ACC preseason is going to be Deshaun Watson. American is going to be Jeff Blake for East Carolina, and Sean King for Tulane. The Big 12 is going to be RG3 and Alex Smith. Big 10 will be Braxton Miller and Tom Brady. And apparently Bronco Nagurski went and transferred to Michigan, so they got two insane running backs now. CUSA is going to be Caden Salter and Terry Bradshaw. FBS is going to be Joe Montana with Liam Cohen. MAC first team is going to be Ben Roethlisberger, and then we got Joe Licata for the Buffalo Bulls. MWC will be Kellen Moore and Josh Allen. Pac-12 is going to be Ryan Leaf and Terry Baker. SEC will be Joe Namath and, of course, Cam Newton. And then our Sun Belt is going to be Grayson McCall and Dwayne Brown. It's going to be an interesting season because all of the players will now officially be starting. But I'm now transferring over to the Texas Longhorns for my second season because I think either the Longhorns are going to win the championship or Vince Young is going to be our Heisman winner this season. Again, anytime I'm wrong on those predictions, I am going to be giving away a gift card to a lucky subscriber in my comment section. So be sure to comment down below and tell me what wide receiver I should add to the all-time wide receivers video we'll be doing next. And Vince Young and the Longhorns are playing FCS East in their first game, so let's check out and see just how good Mr. Vince Young can be. First play might be a touchdown. Butler's going into the end zone. We're going to celebrate. Phenomenal first play for Vince Young, who's our Heisman hopeful for this season. I want to see him win the Heisman. Obviously, Vince Young is incredible. We got Ricky Williams on this team as well for our all-time player, but Vince Young, incredible player in college. Let's see if we can make another play with Butler. He's out juking everybody, and he might be gone for a touchdown again. This dude might become an All-American for this team this season. He's really slow right now, though. We'll rock another drive here from Mr. Vince Young. We're playing one of the worst teams in the game for some reason, so we're just going to try and roll out with the man. We have to. His signature rollout against USC to win the national championship. Let's see if Vince Young can make some magic happen once again. He might get caught up to here. Vince Young gone for a touchdown, possibly. Let's get in the end zone. I just want to make it clear, though, he would not be looking like this against an actual good team. This team is like a 65 overall or something. Of course, he's going to dominate them. He's a 99. We'll rock one more drive here for Vince Young. I just wanted to see how good everybody would look in this conference. We got a wide receiver wide open right there. We can juke him out. Get inside the 20. Vince Young rolling out of the pocket. Can we hit our tight end for a touchdown right there? We're going to easily win this game. Longhorns did not need me to win that game. 63-3 is downright diabolical and illegal. Vince Young gets his first win of the season, though, and he gets 8 touchdowns, so he's well on his way to the Heisman this year. And in an overall disappointing season for the Texas Longhorns, Vince Young would have himself a decent year, throwing for 2,867 yards and 31 touchdowns. And Ricky Williams also had a good year, rushing for 1,500 yards and 12 touchdowns. But Vince Young wouldn't be close to the top QBs, as Matt Leinart would lead the nation in passing yards with 4,211 along with 39 touchdowns, and Joe Namath would be in second with 4,057 yards and 51 touchdowns with 0 picks. Easily the best season of any QB this year. But we had some other great seasons. I mean, Big Ben had a good year, Aikman, RG3, Joe Hamilton had a solid year as well, Brent Brockstill, Warren Moon, Alex Smith, A ton of the legends went absolutely off this year, and it would seem that Joe Burrow transferred because A.J. Maddox is the LSU QB this season, so we got to see where Joe Burrow went to. The worst QB this year, though, was D. Dallas, the 5'9" wonder himself. For Air Force, he had 1,360 yards and 9 touchdowns, and Ronnie Makeda for the Army Black Knights had a solid 1,384 yards and 9 touchdowns. Roger Staubach, though, was the third worst with 1,490 yards and 10 touchdowns. One of our old heads, though, in Sammy Baugh, had a solid season, though, for TCU with 3,500 yards and 40 touchdowns. Really not bad. And it looks like Larry Fitzgerald for Pitt had a good season, so I'm assuming Dan Marino did too. Yep, Dan Marino had 35 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 3,400 yards. Very solid season for him too. And the Heisman Trophy finalists were Julio Jones at number 5, Ken Dorsey at number 4 for Miami, Cam Newton almost had another, RG3 was in second place, and Joe Namath won the Heisman Trophy with his 50 touchdowns and 0 picks or whatever it was. I picked the wrong team to root for this season. And the Longhorns were nowhere near the college football playoffs because we went 5-7. I have no clue how. We do have some interesting matchups in the college football playoffs, though. Our bye week teams are number 10 Syracuse with Donovan McNabb, number 1 Alabama with Joe Namath, number 9 Michigan with Tom Brady, and number 2 Baylor with RG3. And Cam Newton is in the first round against East Carolina. It's going to be an interesting matchup as well. The national championship is going to be USC versus Alabama. Matt Leinart against Joe Namath, the Heisman winner. This is going to be an interesting one. We're going to watch the first drive for each team. We're starting out with Joe Namath and the Alabama Crimson Tide. He does have Julio Jones to throw to. Trent Richardson just blew a guy's face off with his left arm. First down, Alabama. Joe Namath driving downfield. We'll see what this team can do. I'm rooting for USC in this one because I want to see the underdog win it, but we'll see. Joe Namath in the pocket. He's going to throw on the run. Absolute dime touchdown. No wonder he's the Heisman. That was the greatest throw I've ever seen. Great matchup here, though. We got Matt Leinart and Taylor Mays against Joe Namath and Julio Jones. All 99s. We'll see what Matt Leinart can do. He's also got Reggie Bush in the backfield with him. I know that much. He's going to hand it to Reggie. Reggie going around the right side. Going to get stuffed in the backfield. No gain there. Going to be a third down for USC here. My underdog pick needs to do something against Alabama here. In the pocket. Tons of time. He's going to have to roll left. He's not that fast. He's got like 70 speed. He fumbles. 4th and 6. Not a great first drive for USC. I can't lie. Yeah, they're going to have to punt it. We'll see how the rest of the game plays out. Alabama has the ball. They end up punting. USC matches them in a score, but now it's turning into an Alabama domination fest. Oh my goodness. Alabama might just be too good. USC is getting a drive in, though. They're down 11 now. They can't stop Alabama on offense, though. This is just turning into a blowout. They might actually bring it back, and it's definitely over, unfortunately. Alabama wins the national championship. I don't think they won one in the College Football Legends video, but you guys watch that after you're done watching this one and find out. We'll see. USC, unfortunately, with all their great players, loses. Joe Namath and Trent Richardson and Julio Jones are just too freaking much. They're just too good, unfortunately. Alabama, congrats on your championship. Let's look at the draft results before we go into our next season. Taylor Mays gets drafted. I want to see if Cam Newton left. He hasn't left yet. RG3 got drafted in the first round, so his college football season is done. Joe Licata got drafted in the first round. We're going to have a lot of guys drafted in the first round for QBs because there's just so many good ones. No Cincinnati, nobody from here. There's a lot of QBs that haven't left yet, though, because obviously a ton of them did start out as freshmen. I think Joe Burrow left, and that's why he wasn't on there anymore. Tyler Cherry, their backup QB, left for the Hoosiers, so I'm not worried about that. But Roger Staubach left the Navy midshipmen. They went 3-9, so it's probably a good choice for him to leave. Andrew Luck left for the NFL draft, so he's off of Stanford now. He didn't have a great college career in this, but he goes in the first round regardless. Jordan Palmer leaves UTEP. He gets drafted in the second round at 99 overall. Brandon Doughty gets drafted from the Western Michigan Broncos. And that's all the players that have left. So we'll see if anybody leaves in the transfer portal. It's going to be interesting to see. I have no clue what's going to happen. Going into our final season, though, this is going to be a very interesting one because a ton of players are going to be transferring, I'm sure, and that's going to change the entire college football landscape. I want to see if anybody changed teams. Jared Lorenzen went to Kentucky. Okay, Brett Favre's still with them. Tebow's still on the Gators. Kaepernick is still on his team. Namath, Leinart, Watson, Watson. Stoney Case is still there. It looks like there's actually not many transfers, honestly. Also, I need to mention I did add Julian Edelman as the legend QB for Kent State. He's not the best QB in their history, but I thought it would be funny to have him as their #1 QB because he's just itty bitty. And yeah, it is Mahomes' senior year though, and I believe it's also Cam Newton's senior year. So we're gonna look at everybody's stats at the end of the season and see who the college football GOAT QB is. As of right now, it's probably Cam Newton. I mean, he has the Heisman. He has just about everything. And the team we're going with for this season to either win a Heisman or win the Natty is going to be the Texas A&M Aggies, because I want to see Johnny Football win a Heisman and I want to see him win the Natty. Final season, let's make it a good one. And our first game of the season is against the Cardinals and Lamar Jackson. This should be a fun one. All right, Johnny Manziel, one of the greatest college football QBs of all time. Let's see how this man plays in college football 25. We're going to roll around just like he always did. We're going to try and hit someone just chilling outside of the pocket. We get a first down right there to number 12, and he almost broke every tackle for a huge gain. I think we're going to get holding on our offense, though. Pass interference offense. That really sucks. How does a center get pass interference? I don't even want to know. All right, Johnny Manziel, let's work your magic once again, buddy. He's going to have a man wide open downfield. I mean, that's the most Johnny Manziel throw you could ever make, except for it's not Mike Evans jumping over 6 dudes for the touchdown. Huge touchdown for the Aggies there. Johnny Manziel and the Aggies are just doing really well so far against Louisville. I mean, Lamar Jackson hasn't done a single thing yet. Oh, my goodness, no one's really getting open here. We might have to just lob a prayer up. I mean, it's Johnny, so that's kind of what he did, honestly. Get a huge first down, broken tackle. I'll take it. And you guys are probably going to ask the question, and yes, I did make sure that Johnny Manziel didn't bring any coke into the stadium. We need him to be here and play every game this season so we can win the Heisman. That guy might need some coke, though, to come back to life. I can't lie. Johnny, maybe you should go back to your dorm and grab some. Johnny Manziel, run out of the pocket. 99 throw on the run. Touchdown, Johnny Football. Johnny Manziel, we're going to roll left. Oh, no. Okay. He's covered. He's covered. What a nuke! Oh, my goodness. Huge touchdown for Johnny Manziel. Into the end zone. Yeah, we've easily blown out Louisville. Okay, Louisville's actually climbed back into this game now in the 4th quarter. Okay, we win. That was really close. Lamar almost won that for the Cardinals, dude. 41-31. Johnny wins his first game. The Aggies are looking good. Let's get this man a Heisman or Natty. Because as of right now, I have to give away a gift card to one of you guys. So I don't want to give away 2. I'm a broke YouTuber. The Heisman watch for this season, though, is going to be Tim Tebow, Roethlisberger, Dwayne Brown, Colin Kaepernick, and PJ Walker is #1. No Cam on here, which is kind of shocking, but it is what it is, dude. I don't know. Cam Newton has won everything. Does he need another Heisman? Probably not, but I'd like to see it happen. And on the season, Johnny Manziel would throw for 2,892 yards and 23 touchdowns to go along with 424 rushing yards and another rushing touchdown. Nowhere near the top of the QBs this season, in which our top 5 QBs were Joe Namath with 3,850 yards and 46 touchdowns, Ryan Mallett with 4,008 yards and 57 touchdowns, Mariota with 47 touchdowns on 4,127 passing yards, Ken Dorsey with 4,151 passing yards and 46 touchdowns, and Colt Brennan with 4,281 yards and 30 touchdowns. The Heisman list this year would be Joe Namath for Alabama at #5, Peyton Manning at #4 for Tennessee, Ryan Mallett at #3 for Arkansas, Braxton Miller at #2 for Ohio State, and Marcus Mariota at #1 for Oregon. And at this rate, if Oregon wins another national championship, Marcus Mariota might go down as the GOAT college football QB for this simulation, because he's already won 1 and now he has a Heisman. He's going off. Braxton Miller was the All-American first team. Second team was Peyton Manning, and third team was Trevor Kahn for Kansas. Not a player for our simulation, obviously. The ACC first team was Ken Dorsey with Lamar Jackson #2. The American first team was Scott Hall, and second team was Brady White. Big 12 was Patrick Mahomes, followed by Sammy Baugh. Big 10 was Braxton Miller, followed by Antoine Randall. CUSA was Terry Bradshaw, followed by Zarek Cooper. FBS was Joe Montana and Liam Cohen. The MAC All-American was Nate Davis with Chuck Ely behind him. MWC was Josh Allen again with Colt Brennan behind him. Pac-12 was Terry Baker and Ryan Leaf at second team. The SEC was Peyton Manning with Ryan Mallett at second team. And Sunbelt was Armonte Edwards with Brett Favre right behind him. Great seasons for a lot lot of college football legends, but we obviously didn't have the Heisman winner this season, so that's sickening. And the Aggies missed the playoffs, so I have to give away a second gift card. But we have some more interesting matchups where in the first round we have Miami against Georgia with Matt Stafford. We have Joe Namath and Patrick Mahomes going against each other. We have Michael Vick, and then of course we have Nebraska against Syracuse with Donovan McNabb. Our bye weeks are Tulane, Oregon, Arkansas, and TCU. Can we see Sammy Baugh win a national championship? I think that would be cool. The Aggies went 7-5 though, so any team I touch just fails, except for Auburn, obviously. Actually, they lost the national championship. Yeah, I'm cursed, 100%. Please comment down below if I'm cursed. I might be. And just pray I don't pick your team in the next video because they're gonna lose because of me. The national championship is gonna be Oregon versus the Arkansas Razorbacks, though. It is Ryan Mallett against Marcus Mariota for the Natty. If Marcus Mariota wins this, he might go down as the college football QB GOAT for this video. After we're done with the national championship, though, we're gonna look at the stats and see who led in every category and see who the GOAT was. Also, Oregon is 15-0. If they win this, they're 16-0, which I think is the first team ever to do that, I want to say. But if you guys want to see me do a video where I rebuild a 0 overall team into a 16 or 17-0 team, be sure to comment down below and I'll get that done for you guys. I may have already recorded it. I am grinding on this channel right now. None of that matters, though, because we got the Natty. And I'm going with Oregon for this one. I'm not picking the underdog ever again. They get creamed every time. Arkansas gets the ball first. Ryan Mallett, rest in peace to him, is going to be leading Arkansas down the field on the first drive of the game. He's going to take an option. He doesn't have much speed, but he's breaking tackles. He has like 70 speed, maybe. Second and medium, though, for Ryan Mallett. See what the man can do. He's going to throw a dump-off pass. Gets stuffed instantly. Third and long. You cannot play like this against Oregon. They got two of the best college football players of all time on their team. 99 overalls. They need to convert this. You can't come out here and go 3 and out. He's going to get, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ryan Mallett, he's going to run for it, and fourth and medium. He thought he was Michael Vick for the second there, I guess. I'm not really sure. Well, I'm surprised we didn't see more of in this video. I thought Michael Vick would have a great career, but we've barely seen him. He hasn't even been anywhere near the top of the stats. Marcus Mariota out on the field. LaMichael James did retire, so I was wrong there. Regardless, Marcus Mariota, I mean, he's putting up a case to be the college football GOAT in this simulation. We'll see how it goes for him. He looks to be driving down the field pretty easily, handing the ball off over and over again. First down, Oregon. Can they become the first team to ever go 16-0? None of the other college football winners in this simulation have done it so far, so I would like to see it, honestly. They get stuffed, 2nd and 11. Marcus Mariota, nobody in the backfield with him. He might run for it. He's going to run for it. He's probably going to pick it up. He tries to break a tackle. He does, and he slides, and that's a first down. Oh my gosh. Mariota leading a good drive right now after that huge first down pickup. What's the man going to do? What can't he do is the better question. Running back on the zone to the outside. He actually is going to get a huge gain. Almost inside the red zone. 1 yard here, and they're going to be in the red zone. Get Scott Hansen. We're about to see a touchdown. I guarantee it. Never mind. First down, though, inside the 15-yard line. Mariota getting a pretty boring drive right here, but there's been a couple of exciting plays. I want to see a really nice touchdown run for him here, though. He's going to hand it off. Inside zone. Broken tackle. Touchdown for Oregon. They take the lead in the Natty. Through the uprights. 7-0. A 2-minute drive. 71 yards. I want a great ending for this game. Our ending of our college football legends video was insane. One of the best games we've seen in one of these. Arkansas is actually up right now. Did I curse Oregon? Did I actually curse Oregon? They're down 10 right now. They score. We might have to watch the end of this one. It's very back and forth right now. They're up 11. They're up 5. They're up 8. Tie game. Up 7. What's going to happen? We have to watch. We're going to slow it down here. Marcus Mariota has the ball. 3rd and 6. If they get the stop here, Arkansas is going to have a chance to tie up the national championship. I want to see it happen. Rolling out of the pocket. He's going to get sacked. Arkansas is going to get the ball back with a minute left. Oh my gosh. Our final national championship of this video is going to be the best game. Just like in the college football legends video, where I put a legend on every college football team. This is going to be insane. 46 seconds left to try and tie up the game. Ryan Mallett, rest in peace, driving down the field, Can he get it done for Arkansas? He's going to roll out of the pocket. This dude really thinks he's Cam Newton. I don't know what is going on in his brain, but it's not good. It's certainly not good. He's going to have to spike the ball here after a huge loss right there. 3rd and 11. He's got 2 chances right now. I'm not sure what the Razorbacks are thinking with this play. Ryan Mallett has to throw it. He can't keep running out of the pocket. Dude, he's fumbling the game away. Ryan Mallett has to throw the ball here. I don't know what he's doing. He keeps rolling out of the pocket like he's a scrambler. He's got like 70 speed in the pocket. Got to throw it here, dude. You've got to throw it here, buddy. Marcus Mariota and Oregon are going to win the national championship. I know I was rooting for them, but that made me sick to watch. I don't know what I just witnessed. Oregon are the national champions. 2 times in this video, they won the Natty. Marcus Mariota, perhaps the greatest college football QB of all time in this simulation. We're going to check out the stats, though, and see who truly was. Marcus Mariota, player of the game, 52% completion percentage, but he had 4 touchdowns. He wins the MVP of the national championship. And Oregon and half of a player are winning the I don't know why they had half a guy on the stage celebrating with them. I guess their celebration was cutting him in half, but congrats to Oregon. They win it all. But now let's take a look at the top 10 all-time QBs for the simulation. And we're going to look at the worst one by far. We'll see who it is. At number 10, we have Tommie Frazier, who finished with a career 10,796 passing yards, 93 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. At number 9, we have Tim Tebow, who had 10,949 yards, 126 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. At number 8 was Alex Smith with 10,975 yards and 104 touchdowns. Number 7 was Johnny Football with 11,239 passing yards and 98 touchdowns. At number 6, we had Patrick Mahomes, who had 11,244 yards and 118 touchdowns to go with 4 picks. Marcus Mariota finished at number 5 with 12,411 yards and 126 touchdowns on 8 picks. But of course, he won a ton of awards. He won a Heisman, he won 2 national championships, and I believe 1 national championship MVP. Deshaun Watson came in 4th with 12,582 passing yards and 134 touchdowns. Jordan Lynch for NIU was number 3 with 12,762 career passing yards and 106 touchdowns with 21 picks, one of the highest ones on here. And number 2 was Joe Namath with 13,767 passing yards and 165 touchdowns with 3 interceptions. Joe Namath also won a national championship and a Heisman as well, so he's up here for the GOAT QBs. And at number 1, Cam Newton with 15,388 passing yards and 173 touchdowns. Cam also added a Heisman trophy to his list and a national championship appearance, and he had over 3,000 career rushing yards with an additional 41 rushing touchdowns. So in total, Cam Newton had over 18,000 total yards and 211 total touchdowns. But as for our worst legend, that goes to Ronnie Makeda. He had 2,494 career passing yards and 18 touchdowns. The Army Black Knights clearly did not use him, as he was a 92 overall. Our second worst QB goes to D. Dowis for Air Force. He had 2,799 yards and 22 passing touchdowns. The 5'9", 160-pound legend had about 1,000 yards for every foot he was tall. Who's the GOAT, though? Is it Cam Newton for having all the stats, or was it Marcus Mariota for winning the national championships? You guys tell me down below in the comment section, and comment a wide receiver we should add to each team as well, and I will get that done for you guys. Again, this took so long to make, literally over 12 hours to make every single QB and do all the research and everything, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, here's every single legend QB, so you guys know that I made one for every single team. Tell me who I should have added, or who you're happy with that I did add. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to watch this one right here, where I put the best player on every single college football team in their history. If you guys like this video, you'll love this one as well. See who the GOAT is of this video. You are not gonna believe it, I promise you. And I owe you guys 2 gift cards, so comment down below a player. Thank you guys so much for watching, though. It means the world to me. Peace.